Hey everybody, it's Daddy1424, the media, purchaseguide.com, back with another review, and today we have Dust 514, the official review for you. First things first, remember to like, subscribe, and of course, leave some comments down below. So you'll see there is a character selection here where you can obviously go ahead and create your character. I'm going to go ahead and run through a mock template, although I've created my character, just for you to be able to see what is incorporated in Dust 514 character customization. So the first thing you go ahead and do is be able to choose your gender, of course male or female, and then of course your race. Now race is obviously the species, where you come from, background story, that information, so forth and so on. Once you've gone ahead and read all the descriptions and chosen which race best suits your need, you will of course be able to choose your bloodline. That is like your profession or career, whether you're an engineer, a tanker, a brute, whatever the case may be. And you can customize obviously between these. You're not locked into one. You will then name your character out, of course, and then finalize everything, and you will have your character customization. You will also be able to allot different skills and different things to your suit and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and select my pre-made character, Daddy1424, of course, in the family name TMPG, the media, purchaseguide.com. Of course, that's all of you guys out there as well, the community, so forth and so on. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the game and the different aspects and whatnot. So now we've finished with creating our character. Let's go ahead and get into the Neocon, or what is similar to the hub, or what you would see as like your pod or your environment in Little Big Planet. I'm not sure if it's actually called the Neocon. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I forget the name. It'll lose me right now. But in any case scenario, there's a lot you can do from here. And the developers have gone out on a limb and said that you'll be able to get that same customization element that you have in Little Big Planet, where you can bring in like different furniture and different items and personalize it to make it your own. And there's much you can do from here. Of course, at any time you can press the start key, and that will bring you to this menu that you see in front of you, which will give you things like your marketplace, your assets, your fittings, your character, your battle, your social, corporation, of course, system operations. I mean, the list just goes on and on. But there's multiple ways to actually access this information. So right now we're actually looking at the skill tree. You can see there's quite a bit of skills you can purchase, and of course at the top you see your lifetime skill points and unallocated. Now I recommend you can customize, or sorry, not customize, my apologies, familiar with the game before you go ahead and dive into making commitments with your characters, just because you're going to want to see how you play the game and how that's going to suit your needs. Anyways, we talked about multiple ways being able to access this information, so we'll come out of this menu in a minute and we'll show you some of the different ways to actually access this information. If you don't want to access this information by pressing the start button, you can obviously take a little bit of a walk, come down here to your table. You can access things like your skill points from this point. You can also turn around and see the screen directly behind you, and you'll be able to access your marketplace. Now, while this game is free to play, it does depend on micro purchases, and we'll actually go into one of the items here and you'll see some of the different costs. They range from $4.99 all the way up to $99. So at the end of the day, if you're going to be putting some money into this game, it can cost you more than your average game. But if you're just there for the free-to-play ride, it could be worth it. It is a whopping 1.3 gigs. Of course, it is dependent upon what you enjoy, and it does take time to install. So keep that in mind as well. Now, we talked about different ways of being able to access this content. Another way, additionally, that's not shown in this video here, is the ability to download an application on your PS Vita, and you'll be able to access that information from anywhere. Now, you won't be able to play the game, and you won't get cross-control or functionality, but you will be able to access your marketplace, customize, fit your character, do all this stuff, and prep them for the upcoming battle that you're going to engage into when you get home. Speaking of battles, let's go ahead and jump into one. While I'm waiting to load that all up, I just want to make a quick announcement to everybody. I want to say thank you very much for your ongoing support, your subscribers, your likes, your comments, everything you've made this possible for me. I just want to make a quick announcement and say to you guys, I am going to be doing another giveaway that will be at 5,000 subscribers. I know it seems a little bit ambitious, but I know we can do it. Spread the word, get it out there. Click that subscribe button if you like what I'm doing. Support me, and in the end, when we get to that 5,000 subscriber mark, we will have a giveaway, and it will be bigger than the last giveaways that I've had before. Thank you very much again, and continue to leave some comments down below. Let me know if you want to see any unboxings, any reviews, any gameplays, anything like that, because we're coming to a point where the product is a little bit more scarce and spaced out. So if you want me to continue to put out the video, forth once a week, keep leaving those comments down below. Give some recommendations and some ideas and things that maybe you want to see from this channel, so I can incorporate them and make this all about you guys, the people. So clearly you can see there's a little bit of waiting time in everything you do in this game, and it's a little bit long loading times as well. While we're waiting to actually deploy into the match, this is the area they're going to come to. You can chat with characters, you can just walk around and take a look at the environment. Although to you the visuals may look astonishing, they don't actually do nearly justice, and that's actually in a negative sense because the graphics aren't really that good. They're not the caliber that I expected to see. I understand that this is an MMO and it's also a free-to-play game, but it's still not up to snuff. And in my opinion, it's like low PS2, low-end PS3 graphics. I'm going to go with more the low PS3 graphics. I'm not really impressed by it at all. The world that we just saw out the window there doesn't actually look like it's separated, but it looks like it's just like a painted on mural or picture. The character models are great, but the environmentals are not the best, and that echoes in the gameplay, which you'll be able to see in a moment. So when you get into the map, you'll be able to see this is a 3D interface. I know the developers are really proud of this here. You can actually scan across it and then obviously choose where you want to spawn in, your custom spawn point, and so forth and so on. So let's go ahead and demonstrate some of the gameplay mechanics. It doesn't play quite like your standard FPS. You can obviously adjust things and make it the way that you want to if you want to customize your controller layout and your buttons. But it does take a little bit of getting used to. Once you get the hang of it, you can see it's pretty easy to pick up. And of course, you can use vehicles and so much more. With any FPS or massive multiplayer or online multiplayer FPS at all, you're going to incorporate some problems, and of course that does exist here. I don't actually have any in this particular footage, but I have incorporated already a couple glitches where I won't be able to kill the person. I'll just randomly die for some random reason. But let's go ahead and get back into the game here and show you some more gameplay footage. When you're looking at the environment, you're looking at the textures and the ground, it just doesn't pop. It seems really bland, pasted on, like the developers rushed through it. And a game like this has been in development for quite some time. A lot of people knew about Dust 514 even from a year ago because they were promoting it, and now obviously today we get the release of it. Again, talking about it being at a 1.3 gigabytes, it's a huge install and it does take some time. It's not one of those 1.3 that just flies by. You might have to give yourself an hour or so just to get the download complete. That being said, I can't recommend it. I hope to see some patches in the future, but at the MediaPerkside.com right now, we have to give it a 6.5. Other than that, this has been the review for Dust 514. I will catch you guys next time. Peace. Love.